Hi, and welcome to today's reading. Do they fantasize about you? So today we are going to be looking at your person and saying, well, do they fantasize about you? What do they think or do or not think when you're not around? Okay. I want to go ahead and welcome all the new viewers who are watching me for the first time. My name is Cassie, and I'm the reader behind MomentsAre. And for all of you wonderful people who are returning and are subscribers, you know that I love you guys too. Really love this community. In fact, we do have a Discord channel we've got an invite there in the description, as well as anything else you need to know about me. All right, guys, I don't want to waste any of your time. We do have a new section at the end. Let me go ahead and name the piles. All right, pile number 1 is black. Pile number 2 is blue. Pile number 3 is red. Pile number 4 is purple. Pile number 5 is orange. And pile number 6 is yellow. So go ahead and pause the video if you have not picked. Otherwise, we are going to start with pile number 1. Hi, those of you who picked the black flower, here's your reading. Okay, so we have this kind of 8 of Swords energy with the helpless and hopelessness. All right, so we have the 8 of Pentacles, or the 8 of Coins. We have the 9 of Wands. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands again. We have River, which is movement. We have Meditate. And we have Guardian Angel, which is a really good way of putting that. Okay, so let me just kind of explain each one of these cards and what they're supposed to represent. This is supposed to represent like how they're seeing you right now, like when they're thinking about you, what kind of energy you put forth. Okay, this card and this card are both about more the energy that's surrounding your person. This is letting us know whether or not they're fantasizing about you. This is letting us know what they do think. Okay, we've got the 9 of Wands first, so I want to start there. We've got a lot of very fiery, passionate desire here, okay? This person definitely wants you. So when we talk about fantasizing, you know, most of us, well, maybe think about, you know, certain kind of physical intimacy, right? I really do feel like your person is thinking about physical intimacy. But I feel like there's someone else in the background here, right? I feel like there's some other force going on right here that's kind of holding your person back. Just because there's a person in the card doesn't mean it's a third party situation. It might be whatever. That's not what I'm getting. I'm just getting that there's something that's kind of holding them back. It's something that they kind of feel responsible for. But they want this. It's not that they don't want this. This is what they're fantasizing about. I do feel that another thing that they think about a lot is just knowing that you're happy with them. Sometimes they don't know. They really don't know. They'll interpret things that you say as maybe being particularly critical, you know, stuff like that. So that's kind of where your person is. So like their fantasy is to be with you physically and to see you being happy. When they're thinking about just the quality of person who you are as they're fantasizing about you, they're thinking about how they feel really well taken care of, like they're being watched over and that kind of thing. And they do want to move forward. That's the kind of energy that they're feeling right now. But they've been meditating on this a lot. Okay, so it's not just that they've been fantasizing about you. It's just they've been fantasizing about you a lot. And I want to say especially at night. Okay, but they're still feeling this kind of helpless and hopeless energy. This is not the 8 of Swords, but it's the equivalent in this deck. Okay, and it's just this feeling of being stuck. It's not that they think the situation is hopeless or helpless. It's that they feel like they don't know which way to go. So what they need is just some kind of indication from you that you're interested. Okay, but do they fantasize about you? Absolutely. I believe it's both physically and just kind of looking to the future. They do want to move forward. They think of you as just, I believe they think of you on a spiritual level. They think of you as a kind of otherworldly entity that is taking care of them, you know. They feel that nurturing energy. And I do feel like that kind of fantasy, it's not just like daydreaming. It's like intentional. It's not something that just kind of comes into their mind. It's a very intention. It has intention behind it. All right, guys. So just all you have to do is make sure that your person knows that it's okay to talk to you. It's okay to move forward. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. Okay, those of you who picked the blue flower, here is your reading. So we have freedom. Okay, we have the King of Swords. We have, oh, how interesting, we have the King of Coins here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I love how that's depicted in this particular card. We have new beginnings. We have passion, insane chemistry. Okay, and we have dedicated effort. Okay, so you kind of get the best of all worlds here, because there's definitely some fiery passion in what they're thinking about when they're thinking about you, and I would say absolutely they fantasize about you. They fantasize about being that kind of, that provider for you and being like smarter than you. This person might feel like they're not as smart as you, and they kind of fantasize about being able to, like, I feel like it's kind of like they come up with witty things that they could say, like they rehearse conversations and stuff like that, and they like plan like what they want to say to you and that kind of stuff. I do think that they also think about you in physical intimacy as well. I feel like that kind of stuff is a little bit more sweet, though, you know. Yes, it's passionate and fiery, and you know, of course, there's probably some element of physical intimacy in there that's, you know, but I do feel like it's a sweet kind of feeling. It's not real crass, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This person is really, though, I mean, again, I feel like this person is planning. This person is kind of strategizing. I would imagine this person's a very down-to-earth person, and probably somebody who, regardless of how they feel, they probably are pretty smart. They're probably thought-oriented and not prone to fits of passion, okay? And they are wanting to make, like, they have a strategy, they have a plan, and they're willing to make the effort to get there with you, okay? So we have new beginnings. So I do feel like this relationship, if it feels like it's on pause right now, it's about to start back up, okay? And as far as a time frame, I would give that about 10 to 12 days, okay? Maybe 13. Okay, how about this? 2 weeks. Within the next 2 weeks, I think you'll be able to see that new energy here. Now, this particular card comes to mind when I selected it to think of what is the energy about you when they're thinking about you, okay? What is the energy that you bring them? And you bring them this kind of awe at how free-spirited you are, okay? Because again, they're very down to earth, they're very thinking oriented, and here you are, regardless of your sign, okay? I'm not talking about astrology here, but you're very fiery, you're very emotional, and you are very much yourself, and it's like they see you almost as a force, or almost as a like this they see you as kind of like, as like this, like not even as human, more like a I can't think of a better word than force. They just see you as a force, like a force of nature in their life, and they get caught up in that. It's like their heart like beats up into their throat when they're thinking about you, and that kind of stuff. It's all very, very sweet though, and I do want to let you know that even though this person might not be particularly spiritual, they do have a sense of this being like a mystical experience with you. In fact, they might say that this is this is the most mystical experience they've ever had, in just knowing you. I really feel like you open them up to those kinds of ideas and possibilities. All right, guys. So to answer your question, yes, your person does fantasize about you, very passionate, but they're also very grounded, and they want to make something happen, in the real world too. So give it about 2 weeks. Hi, those of you who picked the red flower, here is your reading. Patience. We have the King of Wands. Okay, we have the Queen of Coins. We have the Seven of Cups. Okay. We have the Dragonfly Emergence. We have Talking. Okay. And we have Choose Your Battles. Interesting. These are interesting cards, especially this Choose Your Battles. I feel like this person's very jealous of you, in that they feel like they're not good enough for you, and they're kind of wondering if maybe you're with somebody else. I feel like they talk to their friends about you a lot. I feel like your answer to this question is talking to their friends or talking to someone else about the things they want to do with you. They, like that they want to ask you out, or they want to be with you, or that they want to do this or that. I would imagine your person is probably relies on some other person as well to kind of get some insight. It feels like a friend. It could be a brother or sister. It could be like a cousin. But it feels in a very companionable. So probably someone around the same age, that kind of thing. But yeah, they see you as somebody who's so above them. They might feel like you're in a different class maybe, or in a different place. They might feel like they might not be successful enough for you, that kind of thing. Now, if you're thinking about your person, you're like, well, my person's more successful than I am, and that kind of thing. They might just be a very driven and ambitious person who feels like they still need to complete something else before they're able to be good enough for you, okay? But there is this feeling of wanting to be good enough. But this King of Wands really seals the deal for me when I think of, like, they also think about you in a very passionate way, probably physically. With the King of Wands, you have this fiery, passionate energy, and you also have someone who's a little bit prone to theatrics at times, but I feel like they get a little out of control with the way that they're thinking about you. And it's like, I think that they know that some of the things they think aren't realistic, but it's like they do like to think about you a lot, and it's very passionate and all of that. With the King of Wands too, this is associated with the crown chakra, so I do want to mention that this particular card is pointing towards them having an idea that there's some kind of divine connection between the two of you. Okay, so with the Talking card, it feels like they're kind of like hovering around you on the internet maybe. So if you have some kind of internet presence on social media especially, or if you've sent this person a lot of text messages or emails, they're probably rereading the emails and texts, or they're probably just kind of checking in on you. I don't feel like it's a creepy, like obsessive thing. I just feel like they are kind of hovering around you. They want to keep informed on what's going on with you and that kind of thing. So just be aware that your person's probably, following whatever feeds, that you have, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or who knows. I can't think of many more because I don't have many accounts like that. This Choose Your Battles here, I really feel like this person's wondering if you think that they are worth it. This is supposed to represent just the general energy they feel about the situation between themselves and you. And so we're getting Choose Your Battles. I feel like it's not so much whether or not they want to choose a battle between, like they want to, you know, choose their battles between you and make sure that they only, you know, argue about the really important things or whatever. I don't feel like it's like that. I feel like it's more like they feel like they have a lot to overcome to get to a point where they think that they're good enough for you. Okay, but they are emerging. So when I think of emerging, I think of something that's like something has been completely hidden and it's starting to gradually come out into the light, right? That's what I'm getting for that. And for that, you're going to have some patience. You're going to have to realize that this isn't going to come all at once, but this person, you are definitely on this person's mind. This person is definitely aware of you. What advice I would say, given all of this, is to just make sure that you are letting them know that you're open to them talking to you, and you're praising them when they're doing something that you like, because this person just needs to know that they're doing a good job and that there's something that they have that's valuable enough to you, that they're good enough. Because I really feel like that's their biggest obstacle here when they're thinking about you. Okay, I also wanted to let you know that something that they do like about you is your stillness. Okay, they feel like you are just a very calming presence when they're around. They feel really secure. They feel really quiet, but it's like very, very comfortable silence. They feel very intimate when they're around you. So this has to do with not fantasizing, but what they actually feel. So keep that in mind as well, that you have this very calming presence for them, so that you know that you can kind of build on that strength for yourself, right? Thank you so much for watching my reading. It does look like your person fantasizes about you quite a bit. Just, you know, give them a couple of ways of moving forward with you. Hi, those of you who picked the purple flower, here's your reading. So we have Faith. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands again. How interesting is that? We have the Ace of Cups. We have Strength. We have, okay, we've got the cassette. This card is going to be a little bit difficult to see, but yeah, it's the cassette. It's basically they're replaying events over and over in their head. And then we have the solar plexus chakra. Okay. So this person's feeling very vulnerable around you with the Knight of Wands coming up. Yes, they do fantasize about you. We've got a lot of fiery energy that wants to move forward. This particular one, though, is associated with the throat chakra. So that's letting us know that your person wants to communicate this to you as well. So they'd be the kind of person that would share their fantasies with you. Okay. We also have the Ace of Cups, and that lets me know that this isn't just a physical thing for this person. This person really does feel serious emotions for you. Okay. Their version of fantasizing about you is just kind of going over and over in their head different events that have happened and just kind of reminiscing on them and thinking about them. That's what really brings them comfort. And sometimes it even kind of trips them up because they kind of think of like, oh, I should have done this that way or whatever. But your person definitely thinks about you a lot. Your person has a lot of strength in the imagery that they have of you. They have a lot of strength in their passion. They have a lot of strength in their emotion with the cups here. And they have a lot of strength in the way they want to communicate with you, okay? So if you haven't had your person communicate with you recently, I would say give it about 12 days and they will come forward and definitely start communicating more, okay? The solar plexus chakra is just letting me know that they sometimes feel vulnerable about you. Okay. I can't really say much more than that because they're not really letting me elaborate on that. If it was, if it was like a private reading, I'd be able to get more nuance, but I just don't feel comfortable saying anything else because it's a public reading. So just keep that in mind, but they do feel very vulnerable around you. They like, basically you could hurt them. Okay. And they just don't want to get hurt. Okay. So one thing you can do is help them know that you're safe, you're secure, you're a secure person that they can be with. Okay. And by that, I mean, they might be particularly sensitive to criticism. They might be sensitive to anything that kind of punctures their ego a little bit. Okay. Their self-image, so just be very careful and mindful of how you express yourself with them. Something that they really like to think about you is how much you believe in them. They really like that. It really boosts them up. So make sure that you're telling your person things like that. They're just, that you really share their vision for the future with them, that you think that what they're doing, whatever new thing they're about to do and all of that kind of stuff, that you're just really on board with it and you're really looking forward to see just how your person's going to evolve and grow over time. They really like that you see them as a multifaceted person who is growing, and they're not a stagnant person. And so I really think that that's something that's made a major impression on them. So do they fantasize about you? Yes, there's a lot of fiery emotions, definitely. We've got not only fiery, passionate emotions and stuff like that, but we also have just emotions here, okay? But mostly the way that they're fantasizing is they're replaying things over and over again. And that's the way that they choose to think about you when you're not around. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hi, those of you who picked the orange flower, here is your reading. Oh, surrender. Oh my goodness, the lovers. Okay, so we've got some really good stuff here. We've got the magician. Nice. I'm sorry, I was admiring the card. I haven't used this deck in a while. I just really like that card. This is called the Romance Tarot. If you want to purchase it, it is available on my website, just so you know. And then we've got the Emperor. Goodness gracious, the lovers, the Emperor, the magician. We have the tree, which is stands for grounding. We have camera. So I do believe that they reminisce about you by looking at pictures of you. Okay, if you haven't sent them pictures directly, they're imagining what they think you might look like. Or if they don't know what you look like, they might be imagining what they think you look like. If you're present on social media and you might post pictures there, they go through those pictures when they're thinking about you. Okay. So, I don't feel it's creepy. I feel like it's sweet. It's not, it's not, something you should feel threatened by, but just know that what you put out there that's public is something that your person will definitely try to find. Okay. And then we have daydreams and decisions. Okay. So part of their fantasizing, and I mean, every single one of these cards is like fantasy, fantasy, fantasy. So yes, absolutely, yes, they fantasize about you. But even as they're fantasizing about you, that's how they're making their choices on what to do next, okay? I feel like your person kind of wants to, at least at this point, for whatever reason, they have a reason for wanting to kind of stay in the background for a little while. They want to feel in control. As the Emperor, they want to feel in control, and they also want to have something that they can impress you with. I feel like if you are one of the people that's watching this that might be in a break from your person for whatever reason, I feel like your person they took a break, or they're not talking to you right now because they're working on themselves to make themselves more impressive to you. That might not have been a conscious idea that they had. but it's definitely something that they want to do, that they're doing and they're working on. And I feel like it's almost complete too. Okay. We also have the Magician. So this person is when they are daydreaming about you, when they're fantasizing about you, they are also manifesting this. They want to make this happen. They know that they have all the tools they need to succeed, right? They've got, I'm talking about the Magician. The Magician has the sword, the wand, the cup, and the cup and the pentacle or the coin there, and he is going to make just anything happen that he wants to, right? So this represents your person wanting to make anything happen with you, you know? So I believe that there is no limit to what they fantasize about you, okay? We have the Lovers. Oh, this is such a pretty Lovers card, I think. And it's interesting because you're the third pile that we've gotten this kind of pinkish border here, which signifies the crown chakra, okay? But in this case, I feel like this is one of those things that you are, this person feels like you're like their divine counterpart, like you are their, like you're their person, but like bigger than just, you know, oh, this is my friend, or this is my person, or this is, you know, the person I like, or whatever. It's a very, very big. It feels divine. It feels orchestrated by the universe. It feels like a soul connection, and it probably is a soul connection. All right. So it's not just that you get the Lovers, but you also get that extra like feeling of that spirituality here. Because I mean, gosh, your person really has it on all levels. You know, we've got the earth with grounding. We've got, you know, we've just got all of the elements. Okay. We've got the cups with the daydreams and decisions. We've got the sword and the, you know, and all of them here. And this, we've just got everything here. Your person does know that they have to ground themselves. That is how much they fantasize about you, that they have to kind of come back to earth and reorient themselves when or after they fantasized about you, okay? So they can really go deep in their head. I would imagine that your person's probably introverted, or probably somebody who's very introspective, at least. Someone who thinks a lot about thinking. That's just the kind of thing that I'm getting with your person, and I just... I think that they spend a lot of time. They spend a lot of time thinking about you. So they do have to kind of reorient themselves to the world. If they could, they would rather fantasize about you than do anything else that they could be doing, you know, when you're not around. Something they admire about you. This is a very strange card to get, but I get it. It's weird though. But something that they admire about you is that you are able to... you're able to trust the universe. You're able to just kind of let go of things. Like if your person said, we need a break, I feel like you would be able, maybe you wouldn't like it. Maybe you would be very upset about it, and all of that. But I feel like outwardly you would allow your person to have space, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not saying your person wants a break, although they might be taking a break right now, because I am getting some of that energy with the Emperor. But they feel like they get the impression from you that things don't bother you actively, at least. If they bother you in a passive way, in that you continue on with your life in spite of whatever issues are going on. That doesn't mean you're not affected by them, but that you are able to continue to engage regardless of where you are on your path, okay? And that is something they really, really admire about you. You know, I have one more reading left out of this bunch, but this is by far the most positive one. I mean, it's just got everything. You don't have anything to worry about with your person at all. This person's very invested in you. This person, you know, this person, if they're not like presently like in your life in a very large way now, they will be sometime It's weird. I'm getting months, maybe by June at the most. Okay, and that's a long time, especially with all these great things. But by June, I feel like this person's going to be really plugged into you. Okay, so keep that in mind. But this person, I mean, they're a keeper. I would definitely tell you to hold on to this situation. Of course, if you feel like you need to let go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do, but it's just the energy is just so refreshing. It's giving me a boost of energy myself to read for it. So you guys just have a really great reading. I'm sure you enjoyed it, but I hope you did. And thank you so much for watching. Hi, those of you who picked the yellow flower, here is your reading. Okay, celebration. Wow, how interesting. We have the Tower. That's an interesting thing. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Hermit. Okay. We have nurturing. We have the Guarded Heart. Okay. And refusing to see. Okay. This person has got some trust issues. My goodness. I think this person is thinking about you. They think about you when you're happy. They think about you as a happy person. They think about you as someone who brings joy to them, definitely. But they feel so vulnerable right now. They feel like everything could fall apart. They're not really feeling that positive about your relationship right now, unfortunately. There is definitely some fiery kinds of energy there, but I really feel like your person is not actively fantasizing about you. I feel like what they're doing is that they are really working on themselves right now, but that's very appropriate to this moment, okay? They have to nurture themselves, okay? And they have to ground, and they have to get back to where they've got to be, because here we have this brick wall here in this imagery, right? Then we have the tower, which typically is made up of bricks, and all of that kind of stuff, and it's like, I feel like the tower is talking about their wall falling away, because I'm not getting a negative feeling from it. I'm just getting that the tower is about their ego falling away. They're examining it right now with this Hermit energy, and they're going to allow you in. It's just going to take a long time. We've got refusing to see. This person does not want to look at the situation right now. There's something about the situation that almost feels a little, it hurts. It hurts. Your person feels hurt by it. Your person might even feel a little traumatized by it. It's a really strong feeling. And it's like it's almost like whatever they're going through right now, why they're retreating and all of that, why they have this brick wall up and all of that, it's like and why they don't want to look at this is because they're trying to protect themselves so that they can work on themselves. I just feel like they're like on the verge of falling apart if they don't. So your person might have some really intense self-work that they have to do before they can even get to a point where they're thinking about you in a way that we can say, oh, they're fantasizing about you and all of that. The one thing I can say about it, though, is that when they feel so much happier when they think about you as just somebody who brings all of this warm light with you. They don't have negative feelings about you. I don't get that any of this is directed at you. I get that they think that you're great. They're just in a stage right now where they can't put any energy into this relationship, or enough energy, because there is something they're dealing with. And this, for some of you guys, this is going to just be about a week or so. And for some of you, it's going to be a lot longer. Okay. So, I don't like giving, I guess, negative readings, of course, but I'm going to be honest with what I'm getting. I do think that your person is doing this in a healthy way. They are, or at least they're trying to. They're trying to be healthy in the situation. It's just like they're closed down and they need to take one thing at a time. It feels very much like, for some of you, your person might actually have some kind of clinical psychological disorder. If you suspect they do and you know that they're not seeing anybody for it, you might want to suggest that for them very gently, non-judgmentally, because there's just, it just feels like they have a lot to work through. They have a lot of shadow work, and it has to do with finding who they are and letting down that barrier that they've got up right now. And I feel like this barrier will naturally come down as they're in this hermit energy, like really seeking their own inner light. I just feel like it's really intense soul work, but they definitely feel very positive about you. You don't have to worry about how they're feeling about you. They care about you very much. They want you to be happy, and they feel just warm and wonderful when they think about you. It's just that right now they have got way too much other things to think about. Right, guys? So that's a little less than perfect, right? But I hope you enjoyed your reading and that I was able to bring authenticity and truth to it. Hopefully you'll get a better reading with me next time. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate it. So as I said on Monday, I am trying to get some videos out for you guys. I'm doing this project where I'm redoing my top 5 best videos, the ones that have the most views. And the next one is, what are their true feelings? Okay. And then after that is, will we end up together? And then is, do they feel the same about me as I feel about them? Now I can tell you that I will get the next one up by Friday. That's the plan, at least. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to do a fun little small reading. And so kind of be looking for that. I just had this idea and I think that I want to, see how it goes. So look for a nice little mini reading in the meantime, and I will see you on Friday with what are their true feelings. Thank you so much for watching.